Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to another TSCN Wrestling Update. I am your commentator, manager, and occasional wrestler, Samuel Lewis, bringing you all of the news for TSCN Wrestling that you need to know for the next wrestling event that we will have this coming Friday. So, not much going on around the place. I'm definitely fiddling around with some stuff. I'm going to tell you guys right now that I literally put up all of these matches today, which is why you're getting this a day late, because homework was killer. I've just gotten back into school, and you guys, if you know, I'm a master's student, so you can do the math. Now, let's close the curtain, as it were, and just get into the news. Essentially, there's not much going on in our little neck of the woods, as it were, except we've got some exciting things going on. I could just go straight into the matches, honestly. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do, and kind of mix the reality in as we go. So, match number one that you guys are going to need to know about. We are doing both a King and Queen of the Ring event. However, because we are a monthly show rather than a weekly show where we can stretch a tournament out, why not do it all at once? That's right. We are doing elimination gauntlets in order to figure out who is the king and who is the queen of the ring. Match number one that we will be doing for this particular thing is an 8-woman gauntlet match to determine the queen of the ring. That's between Samantha, Grace, Tav, Samara, Savis, Jancelli, Rebecca, and Val. So essentially, people that have any titles cannot enter these things. This is a stipulation that I have made. I think it's time for certain people to get opportunities, and as a result, I did not want anyone that has a title or has, touched a title, as it were, to get there. So, as a result, this is how this all panned out. Match number two is continuing. I thought we were done with this last time, but unfortunately, Carmella and Alexa Bliss are not wanting to let this down. So Elizabeth and Dee have decided to take up the mantle, given that they were the ones that dealt with this to begin with. So Elizabeth and Dee, both from the Coterie, are taking on Samantha's friends, Carmella and Alexa Bliss. So we got more WWE people coming into our ring again, as if they didn't have enough whenever our people took them out last time. Fine, we'll continue this grudge. Why not? Match number three will be the King of the Ring elimination gauntlet. That will be between Danny, Kevin, Commander Crudge, Shay, Kent, the Bone Collector, Bill, and Michael. And from what I'm hearing behind the scenes, the reason why Crudge happens to be in there is because apparently there is a little bit of a brouhaha about Big Voice Jay leaving Game Night and forming his own little faction with Donovan. So, interesting. We'll see how that business plays out. If Crudge can manage to get through all of the other people in the gauntlet, I think we know who he's probably going to aim for. And then match number four is, yes, it's going to be another member of the WWE Universe. However, this one's going to be a bit more of a fun thing as a little clap, as it were. So for those of you that don't know, Pat McAfee is getting ready to take a 4-month hiatus from Monday Night Raw so that he can deal with football. Fine, I don't give a crap about football, but if we've got to, sure. But it means that me and Jacob will be missing one of our favorite WWE commentators. Like, they're all amazing, and I'm going to get Joe Tessitore, in one of the seats, which is going to be fantastic because I love Joe from Holy Moly, the show that combines mini golf and obstacle courses. So I hope that gave you guys enough to go, well, I need to look that up straight away. Because, yes, it is hilarious. But essentially, when it comes to a match, we could not resist having my own personal Pat McAfee fight against the real Pat McAfee. So it's essentially the man I call my Pat McAfee versus actual Pat McAfee. And this is sort of our hat tip to say, Love you, Pat. We're going to miss you. And looking forward to you coming back at the beginning of the year, essentially. So, and then finally, our main event, an event that is both a titles match, but also a bit of a grudge match. Sue versus Kissa. That's right. It happened last time with a briefcase turn-in. Unfortunately, yes, Kissa left Sue on the outside of the ring, and due to the rules, unfortunately, we couldn't give Kissa the belt because a count out does not count. It's a rule, a speculation, I believe, that's called Champion's Advantage, which means that the title holder has to be pinned or submitted inside the ring. They cannot be counted out and then the title be taken from them. Sue saw this as a little bit of a humiliation. She's not someone to take grudges often or anything like that. It's not so much a grudge here as much as she just wants it done right. So much so that she's even going to put the belt up again for this to sort of be a redo, a rematch, a let's show you what things can actually happen whenever you take this seriously. So, who am I as manager to say no? So yes, this is a rematch of Sue versus Kissa to again see who is going to be holding that women's title. So that's going to be a fascinating one to say the least. And that's it. That's all of our matches and everything to speak of. Jacob is still going to be on his his convention sabbatical is what I'm going to be calling it. Although I think he has told me that next month, at least, he is going to be able to join us. And we've got some fun things planned for things like that. So all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your TSCN Wrestling Update. The music for the show is Big Rock by Kevin MacLeod. You can find that over at incompetech.com, where you can find all of your Creative Commons music for your needs. So check out everything else over at tscn.tv/wrestling, the updates and the episodes. And we will see you at twitch.tv/tscnsam on the 31st of August for our next TSCN Wrestling episode. So until then, find me everywhere at TSCN Sam, and fight on, everybody.
This has been a production of the Samcast Network. TSCN.TV. What's your passion?
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.